Hi everyone, here's a second video that we've filmed 8 months after the first. In the top of the picture there is the Kafui River, and from the Kafui River is an existing canal which we excavated and cleaned out to make wider to hopefully carry more water through to the existing pump stations of the Zambian Army farm and our pump stations. This comes up, and then the bottom right there is the canal, a new canal that we've dug, which will link into that canal. This is it here. It runs for about 300 meters from that existing canal all the way up to our first pump station, Pump Canal 1. We call it PC1. And that's where the water is lifted from the river level up into the first canal. It's probably 6 to 8 meters in height. And to make its journey up through the local community that we have either side of the canal system. On the right there's the Zambian fish farm, Zambian Army fish farm, and on the left is community areas. So here we have the first pump station, and we can see the first 3 pumps of 6 pumps that will go in there as blue ones. They're vertical turbine pumps that will lift water from the canal, the river level, up into this canal, which sits about 6 to 8 meters above the river canal level. This is a bridge that we built to allow the Zambian Army people to get from their side to the Chiansi farming community side. You can see the stormwater drain, lying around there from all the rains that we've had, and these canals have been filled by excessive stormwater that have managed to make their way into the canals. This is PC2, Pump Station 2. We haven't put the pumps in yet, but they are lying in position ready to be fitted. You can see them there next to the white box house, which is where all the electrical switchgear will go to control those pumps. This feature at the bottom here, at the bottom left, is the spillway, which if a canal is filled excessively due to pumps switching off and not being able to pump water out, the water can overflow safely without breaching the embankments. So this is CC2, which has all the earth has been excavated, backfilled, and is ready to be excavated to join this canal that we have here, taking us up to PC3 pump station, where again we see the pumps lying on the ground ready to be installed. Again, this canal all the earth has been put into this embankment, which is above ground, ready to be excavated to join this canal, make it one big canal. This one here has a kink in it because a particular family en route steadfastly refused to be moved. So the engineers had to put a kink to get around this one homestead, which we'll see as we get closer to the pump station. So this is the 4th pump station in this system. Each canal is averaging around about 1.2 to 1.4 kilometers long. This is PC4. Here we are, pumping up into CC4. So this canal, CC4, is pretty much completed, apart from a couple of crossings which allow the community to cross from one side to the other, and there's no need yet to stop them from doing that. This part of the canal needs to be widened to its full width, as you can see further up. Here's the crossing. You can see the power lines running down the side of the left-hand side there, which will bring power to all these pump stations. And then there's a fence on both sides which will be erected to stop animals and people from falling into the canals. This is PL1, which is the pump lift, where it pumps the water from the canal up into a big 1200mm pipeline, which travels underground for 1.7 kilometers and feeds up into the base of the 5th canal of this system. Here we are, it's coming up out of the ground and into the bottom of CC5 there, which this canal still has to be completed. There's a lot of earthwork still to be done before the canal can be excavated to join the canal, which has been excavated up ahead there. This canal feeds into the final pump station of this main bulk water system, which travels through the community left and right, on the left and the right hand side of this bulk water system, and it arrives at the first part of the farm, the commercial farm, that will also receive water from this system. Here we have two pump stations. We have pump boost 1 with its two containers with 13 pumps inside to irrigate 13 centre pivots in this big block of land up ahead, of which it's a total of about 605 hectares. We also have another pump station called PL2, which is the concrete one that you can see there with five bays, which will lift water and pump it into an 800mm steel pipe and push it on. So there's the two green containers with their suction pipes dipping into the canal, transformers on the left, and the land that those two pump stations will pump to is mainly on the left, but two pivots on the right. There's the 800mm pipes lying on the right hand side there that will join up to the pump station, but the majority of the pipes have been buried under that trench up ahead, which runs for 2.5 kilometers. This is the end of that trench, which is now comes up out of the ground, takes a left turn and dumps the water into a gravity canal. This we call gravity canal 1, and this carries water now westwards to a small holding dam where more irrigation will be taken, will be pumped from. You can see it's very, very wet still. We've had 12.5 inches in December. Here's a short shot of the photographer and his assistant filming this clip with a drone. On the right hand side you can see a small embankment that will be made into a bigger embankment and a road to stop water from the right hand side just tipping into that storm water from the right hand side tipping into the canal. Here we approach a main drain that will allow water to cross from the right to the left. Water feeds into a big 1200mm pipe, goes under the drain and then comes back out into the canal, which then carries on its final stretch to the small dam. The small dam is a 20 million litre dam which holds water for irrigation from. This is into the next block of 600 hectares, of which 250 hectares is irrigated from that container. And then those 3 pumps that we saw there are booster pumps which will pump water into the 700mm pipeline for 3.5 kilometers up this road. Along this road there are two small containers with 3 or 4 pumps in each, which irrigate approximately 150 hectares to 170 hectares each. They pump directly out of this pipeline and straight into the fields. This pipeline is still arriving from Botswana, so we've gravelled the road to allow the trucks down this very wet cotton soil road access during these rains. There's the excavator just up ahead on the right, which we've been using to offload the pipes. This is the very end of the 3.5 kilometre stretch for the 700mm pipes. This then pumps into what will be another small holding dam, pretty much where all this water is lying, and this will be used to irrigate the last block in the scheme called Jacana block, which is 335 hectares. And there's one big container with I think 7 pumps inside, which we'll see shortly, which is going to pump directly out of this 700mm pipe that we've been following to the underground to the various centre pivots that are located in this field. And this is a final clip back to the vehicle carrying the photographer and his assistant. And that completes this little video.